How does one explain to regular people why they should care about FISA? I don't know. Americans simply don't have any interest whatsoever in FISA. They know it's about intelligence or something in 702 or foreign whatever. Right? That's what Americans do. Whatever. The first, well, four, yeah, sort of, yeah, four, yeah. It's the most critical issue of our time, and I don't know how to get people to care about it. You care about it. I know you do because you're smart and you understand these things, but most people don't. There's certain things that Americans just don't really care about, and I understand it. We're going to be talking about that because you care. Oh, you care so much. We'll talk about that. A little bit about Mike Johnson. A little bit about O.J. Simpson. More of that's coming up. It's very, very, very interesting. And you know that there's this thing called turbo cancer that people are talking about. And I wonder what that's about. But dear friends, before we get into that, before we delve into that particular aspect of our society, I ask you to please make sure you are subscribed. Please subscribe if you have not. Make it a point right now. Subs, subscriptions, likes are critical for our algorithm. And I thank you. So sit back and enjoy yourself. But first, listen to this incredible offer that has a few days more, a once in a, well, almost a lifetime offer regarding emergency food from our good friends at preparewithlionel.com. It's no longer a question of if something is coming, it's when. The only shock, the what, the how. While you still have some control, what are you going to do about it? Well, the first step is to go to my website at preparewithlionel.com. The next step is stocking up on multiple one-week emergency food kits from My Patriot Supply. Priced at under $50, now's the time to buy in bulk. My Patriot Supply is equipped to help you prepare. They've helped over 2 million families already. These one-week kits with ready-hour foods provide over 2,000 calories every day. And they're sealed inside a rugged ammo can so they can last to up to 25 years in storage. So just grab it and go in emergencies. Get these kits for under $50 this week only at preparewithlionel.com. That's preparewithlionel.com. Now, my friends, let me give you the poop and let's just cut through this nonsense. FISA courts, it's all merde. It really is. And the reason why is this. They don't care whether they pass this bill in the House. They don't care whether Mike Johnson signs one. They don't care. And the reason why is because they're going to do whatever they want because nobody ever has any oversight. There's no review. Nobody keeps an eye on them. There is no FISA law. It's nonsense. It's a scam. It is a complete and total gaslight. It's a pretend measure to say that we've really got to expand this. Don't tie our hands. It's nonsense. There's the FISA courts. There's this 702. They're doing what they want anyway, and they're not telling you. Do you really think that your government, that Victoria Nuland, is going to sit back and say, we really need this warrant? But you're an undersecretary of state. So what? I need to find out who it is. I want to go after you. I want to go after Smiling Sue. How do you do that? She talked to somebody. What? Well, she talked to somebody overseas. What? Well, she talked to somebody who might be overseas, who might have foreign interests. But there's no evidence of terrorism. Never said there had to be. I'm going to get her. I'm going to get all of her data, this backbone data. And we're just going to throw it all into the hopper. And that's what we're going to do. Into the hopper it goes. And then from that metadata, then we'll pull things out and we'll do some stuff. Do you understand? Yeah. You understand? Yeah. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do. So this is great. And Marjorie Taylor Greene is, yeah, at least she's doing it. Matt Gaetz is making more sense. Tucker Carlson's making sense, but it doesn't make any difference because whether they get warrants or not, you'll never hear about it. Nobody hears about it. Nobody cares about it. Nobody. Next thing I want to talk about is a little bit more on O.J. Simpson. People are still talking a little bit about him. And now they're saying, look at O.J. He was really big into those vaccines. So therefore, people are suggesting he obviously died of the cancer from the vaccine. Now, with all due respect to everybody else, and I'm only asking this question for no particular reason, how do you know anything? How do you know anything? People love correlation and cause. Now, there is this thing called turbo cancer, this very, very aggressive. I don't know enough about the literature. I know nothing about this. But what we're hearing from, and what we're hearing a lot of folks say, is that there is people getting this aggressive story. Where is Kate Middleton, Arlene Nightingale, Angelica, Smiling Sue? Is Lizzie here? Where's Kate Middleton? Is she alive? Where's Kate Middleton? Where's Kate Middleton? Now, I understand that Prince Charles, he's got a problem. He's still there. Still there. Remember, they had this very aggressive form of cancer. They said he's going to have to basically suspend all of his activities because of this aggressive cancer. Still there. No Billy yet, which is good. Where's Kate? Where's Kate Middleton? Where is she? Is she alive? Is she okay? Why aren't they? I know she's not a part of our world, but why don't we know? Is she okay? Is that not leaving her alone? I love when they say that. Leave her alone. I'm asking how she's doing. Stop talking about her. That's it. What happens if one day there is, and history was made in the year 2024 when Kate Catherine Middleton, the Princess of Exchequer, Worcestershire, just was disappeared from reality, expunged from all sorts and forms of reality, and transmitted into nothingness, where she became nothing. Nothing. She was just gone. Overnight. Gone. Never to be mentioned again. Where is she? Where is Kate? Where is she? Does anyone know? Does anyone care? That's it. It's the greatest experiment of all time. Could we possibly just not talking about it? It's like when we have people in our family. What happened to Uncle Ed? Oh, well, he went away. When somebody goes to prison, oh, well, they're gone. They're moseying about. Goodbye. Say goodnight. Say goodbye to Hollywood. Goodbye to Uncle Edgar. We don't know where he is. We haven't seen Edgar in a while. Yes, he's not here anymore. Really? No, he's not here anymore. But where was he? I don't know. Don't ask any questions. Move on. Move on. It's absolutely incredible. And then the latest one, and this is the part where I really, really, really want everybody to understand what I feel. And this is about this turbo cancer and OJ and all this. And I'm going to say this one time, and well, I probably won't. I believe very simply in somebody coming along that says, I want there to be something other than some internet doctor or someone who is referred to. That's all. I'm going to be very suspicious, because where there's smoke, there's fire. And when something happens like this, normally there's a little something, whatever, to this. But please be not one of these people who just jumps immediately into this because they think, well, that's the way that is. Obviously, O.J. Simpson died of this aggressive prostate cancer because of the vaccine. That's the gist of it. And it could be, but where is this coming from? I don't know, but please don't be like that. Please. I know this sounds odd to say that. Please don't. Please don't be like that. You could be right. That's not enough. That's not enough. And I love the fact that they got OJ with this to say, well, he uses these 90%, 99, I don't know, it's over, it's moot, he's dead. Now, here's something which I know America doesn't care about. Iranian attack expected as Israel in next 2 days. Joe Biden says sooner rather than later. Jewish state bracing for unprecedented strike. USA moves warships to defend, restricts employees' travel. Threat real and viable. Iron Dome overwhelmed by Hezbollah rockets. West urges China to intervene. Tehran's deadly message to journalists abroad. And CNN stringer says others wounded in Gaza airstrike. Let me ask you a question and listen to me. If Iran attacks Israel, do you want the United States involved in a war with Iran? Anyone? Forget NATO. This is like their own Article 5. Number 2, why did Israel attack the Iranian consulate or whatever in Damascus? That is an act of war. A consulate. Why is that? Why is that? And recently, did you see where they killed, putatively, allegedly, I guess they say, the sons or granddaughters of this Hamas leader? And he acted very... Do you see any end in sight? Do you think America cares? Do you think anybody cares? Do you think America cares the least? Do you think America cares the least of what's happening there? Do you think anyone cares? I don't. I don't think America cares one lick over what happens with Israel or Iran. To most people, it's like, oh, there they go again. I don't know. Hezbollah from a hole in the ground. Whatever. I don't know. They're terrorists. These people are crazy. I don't know. That's what people think. I swear to God. Well, that's, I don't know. That's the way they... What are they doing? What is happening? What are we doing? Do you realize that what are we, 30, I don't know how many thousands of Palestinians killed, including children? Nobody gave a damn, except when the flower riots, the supposed flower riots, and when these 3 cars, I forget how many people were killed from World Central Kitchen with Jose Andres. That's what it was. Palestinians were killed. Nobody cares. I don't want to. They keep saying they're race. It's racial because these are brown people and nobody cares. But whatever. I've heard that before. I think it's a little bit too quick to say that. But I ask the question. You don't want to be involved in a war with Iran. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're going to get involved with Iran? It's not just Iran. It's Hezbollah. Do you think this is some ragtag group? Do you think we have all kinds of equipment and arms and manpower and boats? What do you want to do? You would do what? What are we talking about? Does anybody know what's going on here? Before the election? Before the election? And by the way, lest you forget, my friend, the election is 207 days away. 207 days away. Listen to what I'm saying. America doesn't know anything. And you know it, and I know it. They don't know anything. They don't care. When you bring up the word genocide, they don't even. Did you hear Lloyd Austin? Was there genocide? Well, there's no evidence of that. No evidence. Now, I know what people think. They have their own working definition of genocide. They have this idea. They can't articulate it, but it's not like they know it when they see it. They know it when they don't see it. They know it when it's not there. They know it when it's not whatever. They don't know. But it's not genocide. Don't call it that. Don't say that. What is it? Well, I don't know. What about the ICJ? I don't even know who the ICJ is. Something. Well, they find at least some type of evidence that it may be ridiculous. This don't no stop. And then Lloyd Austin the other day. I guess he's recovered. I hope from his prostrate problems, unlike OJ's. If you believe him in the cause of death, but he said, "Well, I don't believe there's any evidence of genocide." No evidence of it. Did you read the? Did you read? I didn't read the ICJ. He said, but by the same token, there is so much carnage and so much death and destruction. It's unacceptable. Listen to me. The world is laughing at us. The rest of the world, that's all they're talking about. They can't believe what's going on. And we know nothing unless it's an eclipse or unless it's a little earthquake. We don't know anything. Listen to what I'm telling you. This is serious business. I'm being very serious, dear friends. This is not good. So we don't know about this FISA thing. Don't know what Israel. I don't know what that is. Yeah, we don't know about that. Hezbollah, Houthis, Al-Aqsa Brigade. This is the way, and I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I have this unique ability to have been able to surround myself with so many of these putative Republicans who don't care about anything. This past week on American Masters, I implore, I beg, I beseech, I importune you to watch two specials. One on William F. Buckley and one on Daniel Patrick Moynihan. Oh. Some of the most absolutely fascinating stories as to the genesis and the nascent, if you will, development of American conservatism. Buckley wouldn't know what was going on right now. Buckley was, please watch this. DEI, affirmative action, all there. All there. Do you know that Moynihan, let me give you an idea. Moynihan said he was a senator, ambassador to India, ambassador to the UN, labor. He was kind of like one of these policy wonks. He lived in Hell's Kitchen, among other places, and his father basically left the family, and he was always poor. He was so absolutely just so affected by the fact that his father left his family. And what happened was then, it's very interesting. It always stuck with him. And he wrote a memo that was not supposed to be released, but it was. Now, what it said was, the problem with Black America isn't racism, it's the family. You cannot raise yourself out of the ghetto, out of the projects, out of poverty, out of this stranglehold. You cannot do it if you don't have a family, 2 parents, and discipline and structure. And he was hearkening back in many respects to his own youth. Oh my God. I forget her name, the congresswoman from DC. Oh, the black leadership went berserk. They said, you think that this is because of a family? We don't have legislation that guarantees us the vote, that provides where you can just exclude people aren't the family. And what happened was he was betrayed. He said, I didn't mean anything by racist. I meant nothing racist about it. I was trying to tell you what I thought, perhaps through my own vision, my own prism, my own worldview. I know what I'm talking about. He told LBJ, he says, yeah, you were poor at the hill country of Texas, but you had a family. You had a mother and a father, and you could do things. Look who you have, ambition, and you look at other people too. You look at folks who are from other countries and foreigners who don't even have any money, don't even speak the language. They have no connection to this country, nothing. And they come here, but they have a family cohesion. Why is that racist? And they found out, because what these folks said to Pat Moynihan, was that don't you ever rain on our parade. Don't you ever try to step on our toes, especially when it comes to the excuse that we have been perpetuating, much of it true, but you better clear it with us. And you realize, I can't believe what's going on here. It's like this, they're enslaved by their own worldview. It's fascinating. And William F. Buckley, you want to see this pig-headed stupidness? Listen to what he said about Vietnam. You've got to know when to give it up. You've got to know when you can't just be this hawk, this bellicose, belligerent hawk that always thinks every war is noble and every war is responsible. You can't be like that. You have to look at the reality. Vietnam was still, I learned so many things in my life that you had to be there. Maybe perhaps tangentially, maybe from afar, but Vietnam, Kennedy assassination, 9/11, COVID, speech, truth. And guess what they're saying now? Guess what they're acknowledging? Geoengineering. And they're making it sound like they just discovered this. Geoengineering. It's I feel, dare I say, vindicated to an extent. Listen to me. Greta Thunberg never noticed this. Greta Thunberg, who's worried about an EV, worried about electric cars, never noticed that when they were spraying, because they told her, don't ever bring that up. Yeah, but don't you think we should say, how dare you? Don't bring that up. So I am sitting back, and I'm on this carousel with you when everything's going by, and I'm looking at you and I'm saying, well, we have one of two options. Number one, we can stay here and just kind of weather the storm, or we can try to get off and go out into this world and realize nobody's listening to us. Nobody. It's the most incredible thing in the world. Nobody listening, but we're still going to do it. And we're still going to continue, because I'm not going to stop, because I'm right. And I know what I'm talking about. And you know what I really know about? Percales, bedspreads, slippers. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen to me. You want to hear somebody who knows what they're talking about? You listen to me. MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. Well, it's time yet again to hail and salute our great friends at MyPillow.com. And if you use promo code Lionel, you get a free gift. No purchase necessary. I know, a free gift. Gifts are free. Okay, it's a tautology, so sue me. But listen to me and listen carefully. What are we talking about here? Down comforters, flannel sheets, Giza Dream bed sheets, My Pillow 2.0 body pillows, waffle blankets, couch and recliner pillows, sheets, slippers, percales. I'm not even done yet. Towels, quilts, bedspreads, mattresses, mattress covers, mattress toppers, linens, kitchen towels, bathrobes, pet blankets, bolster pillows, name it. Items to help you luxuriate and relax. And their monster sellers, slippers, my slippers, slip-ons, moccasins. Think about it. What do they do at My Pillow? What's their main goal? To make things real soft, plush, real comfy, or comfy as I say it. How perfect. So here's the link right now. Go to mypillow.com/Lionel. mypillow.com, promo code Lionel or /Lionel, or call 800-645-4965. 800-645-4965. And watch how fast our good friend Mike Lindell answers the phone. mypillow.com, promo code Lionel, simply and absolutely the best. Notice how we're not talking anymore about Ukraine? Isn't that something? We don't say anything anymore about Ukraine. Doesn't that fascinate you? Nothing. Nowhere. It's gone. It's done. It's finished. Nobody says a word about Ukraine. Nothing. It doesn't matter. It's the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. It's the most incredible thing. Nobody's it was here and it's gone. What will be the legacy of Joe Biden? Because you know and I know he's not going to win. He can't. Trump wants debates. Nobody knows if debates even mean anything. They're not really a debate. It's a time for one moment where somebody makes. But you know and I know he's on his way out. Who's going to take his place? Who's going to take his place and who's going to fix this? I've given you so much to think about tonight. I've given you so much. Have you thought about this? Have you really thought about this? I mean, there's a lot of stuff. There's so much. This FISA bill, so wait, don't worry about it. They're doing whatever they want anyway. That's a pretend thing. That's number one. O.J. Simpson, the legacy. By the way, one more word about him. And I have a video coming up. Be on the lookout for it. Subscribe to Lionel Nation. Hit that subscription. It's dropping later. And I looked at the verdict, and we look at one particular case. Look at Robert Kardashian's face. That's the most. This is Kim's daddy. This says it all. I was thinking about that today. Everybody, young people will not know what it is. It was an event. If I say things to you, if I said, do you know that in television history, the first real event was Lucy and Ricky have little Ricky, and more people watched, I think, in terms of the percentage of either the country or actual TV viewers, I don't think anybody's even come close to it. The final MASH, these events, Milton Berle created the television, Mr. Television. You know, you look back and they seem kind of hokey to you, and I recognize that. But what we're seeing right now, my friends, is something so incredible, so immane, so great, so glorious, so incredible, so phenomenal. Don't let this moment go by. Pay very close attention. Don't let the ghouls tell you what's important and what's not. Don't spend a lot of time worrying about things that don't matter. The FISA bill doesn't matter because they're doing the surveillance anyway. That's a pretend thing. That's an orchestrated game that they're playing to pretend that, oh, you mean they follow the rules? Or, hey, don't pass this. We won't be able to surveil the bad guy. They're doing it anyway. It's nonsense. But do yourself a favor. Make sure you do not become complacent. Do not become complacent. Do not just sit back and do not just take it. Do not just sit back and say, oh, well, you're going to have to read. You're going to have to know things. You're going to have to make sure you are a part of it. Make sure. Don't sit back and just wait for, Joe Rogan to tell you something. You do it. Investigate. Research. History. Know what's happening. History. There is never an historical event that I don't research, read, watch, think about, where I don't apply it to today and I don't learn something. I know exactly what needs to be done. The question is that nobody wants to do it with me. It's like I'm in a prison with you, and I say, we got to break out of here. But it's going to take all of us. I can't do it by myself. And nobody, we have franks and beans tonight. I say, doesn't anybody want to get out of here? Not really. Most people, believe it or not, don't really care. They like to talk about it. It's like sports or something. It's kind of participatory, but most people don't know what they're talking about. They have no way to critically think, and they really don't care. But you're different. Let me thank you. God bless you, wonderful, great, groovy folks. I mean that sincerely. You are just without peer. Please follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. Lynn's Warriors. Please follow her. That means so much to us. And also follow the other legal station, the other legal video at Lionel Legal. It's very, very important. And until then, my dear friends, thank you so much. You have a great and glorious night. Enjoy this Friday Eve. Watch something good. Remember, history, 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 history. And also don't forget what Tolstoy said. History would be a wonderful thing if only it were true. All right, dear friends, have a great and glorious night. See you very, very soon. Don't ever change. I mean that sincerely. And until we meet again, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. Ta-ta.